Right now, somewhere on Earth, someone is getting into bed like this is completely normal. Pillow adjusted, blanket lifted, phone probably placed nearby for emotional supervision. And then the strange part happens. A living body willingly shuts down most of its security system for several hours. No guarding, no quick reaction, no impressive survival posture. Basically, a person becomes luggage with dreams. And instead of doing this randomly, humans built a special place for it. Not just a soft surface, but a marked zone where helplessness is allowed. Comfort is the easy answer. A soft surface helps. Your spine files fewer complaints. But that still does not explain the real problem. Before sleep creates a furniture problem, it creates a body problem. When a person sleeps, awareness drops. Reaction speed slows. Posture control goes mostly off duty. For several hours, the body is still there, but the manager has left the building. It cannot watch, answer work, guard, move quickly, or negotiate with the floor. This is not horror, it is exposure. A sleeping human is basically a valuable object with breathing privileges. So before there is a bed, there is already a nightly management issue. Once sleep becomes a management issue, the ground becomes the first suspect. For most of human history, sleeping low meant accepting whatever the ground was doing. Hardness was only the obvious complaint. The ground also brought cold, dampness, dirt, insects, and the general customer service of Earth. So the first answer starts small. Put something between the body and the floor of the world. Leaves could soften the pressure. Skins could hold a little warmth. Mats could turn one messy patch of ground into a marked sleeping zone. Not paradise, just a cleaner place to be unconscious. A raised surface made the idea even clearer. The sleeping body did not need luxury yet. It needed distance. That sounds like the answer, but it is only the first answer. Because a sleeping place does not stay neutral for very long. Once a body goes there helpless for hours, the place starts collecting rules. Not official rules usually, no tiny bedroom constitution, but practical ones. This is where the body goes. This is what belongs near it. This is who can come close. And this is what should stay outside. So the bed is not only a softer patch of world, it is a line drawn around vulnerability. A small zone where access is slowed, filtered, or quietly understood. Not just support for the body, but control around the body. Basically, comfort with a border. And once sleep has a border, the next problem becomes much more social. Now the question is, who gets to be inside it? And for a lot of human history, the answer was not one person, one room, one perfect pillow. That version is familiar now, but it is not the default setting of our species. Sleep was often shared, crowded, practical, and arranged by household logic. Not romantic, not automatically cozy, more like night management with blankets. A shared sleeping place could mean warmth because bodies are inconveniently good heaters. It could mean safety because being near other people changes what sleep costs. It could mean caregiving because small, sick, old, or tired bodies do not pause needing help at bedtime. And it could mean order because households are systems, not just buildings with exhausted people inside. Who slept where could quietly say who mattered, who served, who needed watching, who had space. The bed was not only a soft object, it was a domestic map. Sometimes that map was wide and shared, sometimes it was divided, sometimes privacy was the expensive part. Think about that for a second. The modern private bed can feel like the natural endpoint, as if history was always trying to invent my side. But that is a modern assumption wearing pajamas. The stranger truth is that my bed is only one branch of a much longer household system. So my bed is not just a softer answer to the ground. It is a later stranger claim inside the household. Not simply, humans needed sleep. More like, this body was given a place where sleep was allowed to happen. That sounds obvious now, because modern bedrooms do a lot of quiet paperwork for us. A bed can be assigned. It can be curtained. It can be separated from other sleeping places by a line, a wall, or just a household rule. And once that happens, the bed stops being only a tool. It becomes territory. A very small country, usually with worse border security and more pillows. This is where this person belongs at night. This is where their body is expected, protected, and, Ideally, not bothered. Decorating it only makes the claim louder. The bed becomes less like furniture and more like a private space wearing furniture as a disguise. If the bed was territory, then some territories started getting very loud. Not with noise, with size. A bigger bed did not only mean a softer night, it meant someone had enough room to waste room on sleeping. Think about that for a second. Space is ordinary when you have it, and deeply annoying when you do not. More fabric meant something too. Curtains, layers, covers, pillows, basically textile paperwork for importance. The bed could say who had warmth, who had privacy, and who had things carried in for them. No grand speech was needed. A room around the bed already said quite a lot. It said this body gets distance. This body gets quiet. This body has a boundary other people are expected to notice. So the bed became a signal, not just a surface. But that still does not explain why a plain ordinary bed can feel so personal. So status was not the final answer. A bed could signal power, yes. But even the plain one is doing something older. It separates the body from the ground. It holds warmth around skin that cannot patrol itself. It gives the head a place, the limbs a border, the night a small address. Basically, it turns unconsciousness into a managed household project. The mattress, blanket, pillow, frame, room, and routine are not random comfort upgrades. They are softened descendants of older pressures. Cold became a blanket. Hard ground became a mattress. Open exposure became a frame, a room, a rule. Shared sleep became household order. Private sleep became territory. Status became the right to space, quiet, fabric, and being left alone. And all of it gathers around one embarrassing fact: asleep. The body is bad at paperwork. So now the bed looks normal again. A frame, a mattress, a pillow, a blanket. Very dramatic technology if your standard is furniture. But underneath that softness is an old pressure. The body is about to become slow, quiet, and poorly defended. The mind is going to disappear for the night, so the room makes a small agreement with the body. Here is the place. Here is the boundary. Here is the protected little rectangle. Making the bed is not only making things neat, it is arranging a small safe place for vulnerability.